The courtroom doors slammed shut behind her with a sound that echoed through her chest. Claire barely flinched. Her heels clicked confidently against the marble floor as she walked to the table beside her lawyer. Chin high, lips pressed into a calm smile she practiced all morning. This was it. The day everything changed. The day she finally stopped pretending. The day she walked away with what she deserved. Across the room, her husband sat alone. No entourage. No flashy suit. Just Daniel, in a plain navy jacket, hands folded, eyes steady. He looked calm. Too calm. Claire leaned toward her lawyer and whispered, "He doesn't even look nervous." Her lawyer smirked. He should be. The judge entered. Everyone rose. Claire's pulse quickened, not from fear, but anticipation. She imagined the numbers, the houses, the accounts, half of it all. Her friends' voices echoed in her head. "You'd be crazy not to file. He's a billionaire, Claire. That money is your future." "Let's begin," the judge said. Claire sat back, crossing her legs slowly. Showtime. 3 years earlier, none of this would have seemed possible. When Claire met Daniel, she hadn't known he was wealthy. Not at first. He drove an old sedan, wore simple clothes, paid attention when she talked, listened in a way most men never did. Their first date had been coffee. Their second, a walk along the river. On the third, she finally asked, laughing, "So, what do you actually do?" Daniel smiled. "I manage investments." She rolled her eyes playfully. Everyone says that. He never corrected her. She found out the truth months later, accidentally, when a mutual acquaintance nearly choked at a dinner party. "Wait, you don't know who Daniel is." Daniel's expression didn't change, but he didn't stop it either. That night, Claire confronted him. "Are you rich?" Daniel paused. "Define rich." "Don't do that," she said, half laughing, half stunned. "Are you a billionaire?" He sighed. "On paper? Depending who's asking." She stared at him, heart pounding. "Why wouldn't you tell me?" "Because people treat you differently," he said quietly. "And I want to know how you'd treat me without it." She kissed him then, thrilled. Chosen. Special. The marriage that followed looked perfect from the outside. A beautiful home. Designer clothes. Vacation she posted carefully. Never too flashy, but just enough. Her friends envied her life. Her parents bragged about her husband. Yet there were things she couldn't explain. Daniel never put anything in his name. The house they lived in belonged to an LLC. The cars were leased under corporate entities. Accounts were handled by advisors she never met. When she asked once, jokingly, "So what do you actually own?" Daniel replied, "Less than you think." She laughed. Over time, that laugh faded. Daniel worked constantly. When he was home, he was distracted, present but distant. He didn't argue, didn't fight, didn't beg. When Claire complained about feeling alone, he listened but nothing changed. Her friends filled the silence. "You know you're entitled to half, right?" One of them said over wine. "I don't care about money," Claire insisted. They laughed. Everyone says that until they realize how much there is. Another friend leaned closer. "You gave him your best years. Don't walk away empty-handed." The idea took root. When Claire finally told Daniel she was unhappy, he nodded. "I know." That hurt more than she expected. "That's it," she snapped. "You're not even going to fight for us?" Daniel looked at her for a long moment. "Are you sure this is what you want?" "Yes," she said quickly. Too quickly. "Then do what you think is right," he replied. No pleading. No fear. The lawyer consultation sealed it. After hearing Daniel's estimated net worth, the lawyer smiled like a man who'd already won. "You're looking at a very comfortable settlement." Claire floated home that day. She imagined the life ahead. Freedom. Luxury. Validation. She filed for divorce the next morning. Daniel didn't protest. He didn't call. He didn't text. That silence felt like victory. Back in the courtroom, Claire snapped back to the present as her lawyer stood. "We're prepared to list the marital assets," he said confidently. The judge nodded. "Proceed." Her lawyer began. "The primary residence, valued at..." Daniel's lawyer stood calmly. Not owned by Mr. Reynolds. Claire frowned. Her lawyer hesitated. Excuse me. The property is owned by Reynolds Holdings, LLC, Daniel's lawyer said. My client is not a personal owner. A ripple moved through the room. Her lawyer adjusted his glasses. Then the vacation home in Aspen. Owned by a family trust, Daniel's lawyer replied smoothly. Established prior to the marriage. Claire leaned forward now. What? Her lawyer continued, slower this time. Investment accounts totaling. Held by separate legal entities. The response came again. Not marital property. The judge raised an eyebrow. Counsel, does Mr. Reynolds personally own any assets? Daniel's lawyer turned slightly. No, Your Honor. The word hit Claire like a slap. No, she whispered. Her lawyer looked rattled. That can't be right. Daniel finally spoke, voice even. Claire, I told you, money isn't where you think it is. Her chest tightened. This is some kind of trick, she said, louder now. You're hiding it. The judge held up a hand. Mrs. Reynolds, please. Her lawyer leaned toward her, voice low and urgent. I need you to understand something. Everything they're presenting, it's legal. Claire's breath came faster. So where is it? Her lawyer swallowed. It's not his. She turned to Daniel, eyes wide. You're a billionaire. Daniel met her gaze. Yes. Then how do you own nothing? He didn't look angry or smug, just tired. Because ownership, he said quietly, is a choice. Claire felt the floor tilt beneath her. This wasn't how it was supposed to go, and for the first time since filing for divorce, fear crept in. Claire's lawyer asked for a recess, but the damage was already done. In the hallway, Claire spun toward Daniel, her voice breaking for the first time. You planned this. Daniel shook his head slowly. I prepared for it. There's a difference, she snapped. You let me believe. I let you believe what you wanted to believe, he said, not unkindly. I never lied. Her lawyer pulled her aside, lowering his voice. Claire, listen to me. His wealth is tied up in trusts, foundations, and corporations created long before you married. The prenup. I didn't think it mattered, she whispered. It matters, he said grimly. You waive claims of assets you don't understand. Her stomach dropped. She suddenly remembered the night she'd signed it, the way Daniel had hesitated, the way he'd said, please read this carefully. She'd laughed and said, I trust you. Back inside the courtroom, the judge spoke carefully. Mrs. Reynolds, based on the documentation, there are no marital assets subject to division. Claire felt heat rush to her face. So that's it, she said, voice cracking. I walk away with nothing? The judge paused. You walk away with what is legally yours. Claire laughed once, sharp and hollow. My clothes? No one answered. She turned to Daniel one last time. You could help me? Daniel's eyes softened. I would have, he said, if this hadn't been about taking. The words hurt more than the ruling. The divorce was finalized quickly after that. No long negotiations. No dramatic settlements. Just signatures and silence. Outside the courthouse, her friends didn't show up. Messages went unanswered. The same people who told her to secure the bag suddenly had nothing to say. Claire moved into a small apartment across town. She sold handbags to cover rent. The lifestyle she planned dissolved in weeks. One night, alone on the couch, she replayed Daniel's warning in her mind. Are you sure this is what you want? She hadn't been. Daniel returned to his life unchanged. Same quiet routines. Same privacy. His wealth remained untouched, invisible, exactly where he'd always kept it. Months later, Claire ran into him by chance at a grocery store. No lawyers, no courtrooms, just two people standing in an aisle. She hesitated. I didn't know, she said finally. Daniel nodded. I know. Do you ever regret it? She asked. Structuring everything that way? He thought for a moment. It protected what mattered. Claire swallowed. I thought money would make me feel safe. Daniel met her eyes. It can, but only if you understand it. They parted without another word. As Claire walked out into the parking lot, She realized the truth too late. She hadn't lost a divorce. She'd lost a moment when she still had everything that couldn't be divided,